Literally just walked off a plane a couple hours ago, rocking the makeup on top of makeup look. Day to night makeup, that's the thing. We'll call it that. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about shit that YouTube made me buy. There is a lot of it. I have a giant ass box right here. I've been watching YouTube for about, I want to say 8 years, and I totally forgot about this until my mom brought it up a couple months ago, but I totally started a YouTube channel in high school, made like 2 videos and then deleted it, and I didn't actually like start my YouTube channel until I was in college. Totally forgot about that. I think the name was like Surf and Turf or something. Don't question your high school self. Basically what I'm trying to say is that YouTube has made me buy a lot of stuff over the years. So some of the products I don't physically have here because I like to declutter and donate my makeup every couple months. I just did a whole makeup declutter video, so if you want to see that process, I will link that video down below if you missed it, but we're just gonna throw it back. These are like product recommendations from years ago and a lot of the super hyped up YouTube famous products. So I'm just gonna go through each product, talk about what I like about them, what I don't like about them, if I still use them, were they worth the hype, all of that good stuff. So I've watched a few of these videos from other people and a lot of my products are similar, but I don't know why this one really stands out to me when I think of YouTube back in the day and something that I would have never bought without YouTube. And this is a Soleil Tan de Chanel. YouTube does this crazy thing where all rationale goes out the window and you buy products that are like 10 shades too dark for you. Actually, I have self-tanner on in this video because I'm coming back from, I actually just got off the plane like 2 hours ago from vacation, so that's why I'm looking a little more bronze than usual, but normally this shit is orange on me. Years ago, this used to be the bronzer. I actually got this on Glambot a few years ago because I was never able to or willing to hash out this much money for a Chanel bronzer, so I got it like half price on Glambot a few years ago, I want to say, and I've just literally used it like twice my entire life because it's just way too dark for me. I don't know why I bought this. Next up is Mary Luminizer by The Balm. Mine has gone through some rough times. I feel like this was one of the first highlighters that really got popular on YouTube. When I first got it, I was obsessed with it because I think it was the first highlighter I'd ever really owned. Actually, no, this one that I'm going to show you next, I think I've actually had longer. Highlighting wasn't a thing back when Mary Lou came out. I don't really use this that much anymore, and I know people are kind of rediscovering this right now, and it is a really nice highlighter. Just on my skin tone, I don't know, I just feel like it looks a little bit too glittery. I don't know what it is, but there's something about the shade of it on my skin tone that I don't totally love. So I don't reach for this all too often, but still have it. Still looking great. This highlight is something that I 100% bought because of ShanXO back in the day. ShanXO is one of the first YouTubers that I like got addicted to, and a long time ago she recommended the Jemma Kid Makeup School Face Cream Highlight. This is in the shade Iced Gold, and this is still stunning. I actually dug into this the other day because I found it in the back of my makeup drawer. It's a cream highlight, and I usually don't like cream highlighters too much, but this one is just so pretty if you want kind of a natural but still intense glow. Just gives you this beautiful radiance. I ordered this off of like some UK site back in the day. Let me know if any of you guys have this down below because I feel like this is more of like a personal one for me. I feel like this was one of the first real YouTube recommendations that I bought, but I don't think this product is all too popular across the board. Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I feel like this is going to be in every single one of these videos because this is just one of those products that blew the fuck up, and I really don't think it would be as popular in the US as it is without YouTube and social media. This is basically like a luminous setting spray, so you spray it all over your face. I ended up getting the travel size because the full size bottle of this was like 50 bucks or something for a setting spray. It is glass, it's Tatcha, it's super high end, but I wasn't willing to like hash that out on a setting spray. So I just got the travel size version, and I'm really glad I did because I'm not that into this. I don't get it. I really don't get the obsession. I'm still on the hunt for a real dewy setting spray. The NYX dewy setting spray doesn't do it for me. Do it. I don't get that dewy effect. It sets my makeup really nicely, and I feel like it does extend the longevity of my foundation. I've yet to find a setting spray that really makes me look super dewy. This is definitely a product I regret buying. Didn't work for me, some people love it. Stila Kitten. This is one of those cult favorite eyeshadows, highlighters. You can use this for whatever you want. And to me, it is totally worth the hype. There's something about this eyeshadow shade that is stunning on the eyes as a highlight. If you want a super intense highlight, it's just so freaking pigmented. Hopefully you guys can see that. There we go. It's just unreal. I love this. I will continue to use this. Glad I bought that one. Ben Nye Luxury Powder. I have the shade Cameo right here just so I can hold something up, but the one that I bought because of YouTube was the banana powder. Holy shit, I feel like YouTube made hundreds of women and men walk around with yellow under eyes for a while. I think it was kind of like the first yellow powder to really catch on in the YouTube community, and every skin tone was buying it, and that's definitely one of those powders that is for a very specific skin tone. If you have pale skin, girl, you cannot pull off wearing banana powder under your eyes. I picked up the shade Cameo because I fell for that trap, and I picked up banana powder like everyone else on this planet, and then I realized, what the heck am I doing? So the Cameo powder works a lot better for my skin tone. I am not a big fan of loose powder on my skin, which I've learned over the years. Coty Airspun powder. This is a total Patrick Star recommendation. It's basically just supposed to give an ultra smooth, ultra soft finish to your foundation. You can get this from the drugstore. It's like $6 and you get a shit ton of product in here. I have never actually been able to fully test this out because it is too dark for my skin, which I'm kind of bummed about because I really want to know if this lives up to the hype. I'm just gonna trust Patrick on this one. It says translucent extra coverage. That's a little bit contradicting. Am I right, ladies? Ooh, I should actually try it now that I have some tan on me. MAC Paint Pot. This is like a classic. Soft Ochre and Painterly, those are the two most popular shades. I still use this almost every time I prime my eyes. I love MAC Paint Pots. I don't think there's been anything better that has come out to prime your eyes. I'm a big fan of them. Still think you should try these out. If you haven't, do it. Next up is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I resisted getting the Shade and Light Contour Palette, which is also huge on YouTube, because I bought this and I don't really get it. I know people are die-hard Shade and Light palette, like this is their go-to. I have just never really gotten the use out of this I thought I would. The shadows are a little bit too powdery to me. They're so pigmented and they're so powdery that I feel like it just kind of goes all over my eye. I like a little bit of a stiffer eyeshadow. I don't get a whole lot of use out of this at all. I felt like this palette was a little bit overrated, but I do love the packaging. I think the packaging is beautiful. Beauty blender. If you do not own the beauty blender and you watch YouTube, major props to you, because that is some major resisting the urge right there. YouTube 100% made me buy a freaking beauty blender, which I kind of regret. I've said this in multiple videos, but I'm a big fan of the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge over the beauty blender. It's a good sponge to blend out your makeup, but it doesn't give me the kind of coverage that I like, and I think the Real Technique one does just as good of a job and gives me better coverage, and it's literally like $6 instead of, what is this, $25 for a sponge? This is the most expensive sponge I will ever own in my life, hopefully. While we're on kind of the tools, Sigma brushes. This Sigma and Morphe, 100% totally YouTube made me buy these, but Sigma brushes were the first high-end brushes I bought. I'm pretty sure I bought my first Sigma brush because of Ciao Bella back in the day. I still love her. I love her vlogs. She was definitely one of the first beauty YouTubers I watched, and I'm pretty sure I bought the F80 because of her, and then the collection just grew from there. Sigma is a company that I have never tried one of their brushes and thought like, why are you selling this? The quality is there. I've had the Sigma F80 brush for bought this freshman year of college, so almost 6 years. The handle has not broke off like some of the Morphe ones do because of cheap glue. It doesn't shed, it's still in great condition. If you don't watch YouTube and if you're not into social media, you would have no idea Sigma existed. Whenever I tell friends or family about Sigma, they've never heard of it. It's totally a YouTube thing. I wish more people knew about these because these brushes are freaking amazing. The products I recommend, by the way, I'm gonna link in the description box down below if you wanna check anything out. Two primers, Benefit Professional and Maybelline Baby Skin. A lot of people at one point were saying that these two are dupes for each other. Personally, I was a fan of this one. I do think that this helps to minimize your pores, but I'm pretty sure this majorly breaks me out, so I've since stopped using this. I think I stopped using this like 2 years ago, and it's just been sitting in my drawer. Maybelline Baby Skin Primer was super popular at one point. This one makes me really oily. I don't know what it is, but the formula of it, I feel like it's almost too silicone-y. My makeup just slides the heck off. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is a recent blow up. This got really popular this year, I'm pretty sure. I don't know who, I think Jaclyn Hill made this one super popular. It looks freaking amazing on some people. On my skin tone, it looks orange. I've seen pale people pull this off. There's just a little bit too much orange, which is weird because when you just look at it, it looks like it's gonna be a nice chocolate, like milk chocolate shade, but it just pulls really orange on my face. The formula though is super pretty. It blends out flawlessly. You don't have to do a whole lot of blending. It just is kind of effortless. Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is another major OG YouTube buy. This is when primer wasn't a thing. I'm pretty sure Urban Decay made one of the only eyeshadow primers. This was definitely one of the first ones on the market that I'm aware of. I think it was just because it was the only thing we knew. It was like amazing. I think the MAC paint pots work a lot better, but it also kind of depends on what you like in a primer. This one is much more liquidy and a thinner consistency. MAC paint pots are a little bit thicker. You were probably all waiting for this moment to come. YouTube made me buy 4 different Naked palettes. I couldn't just have one, I had to have all 4. You can definitely see some dents in my Naked one, but I was never someone who hit pan on, I don't think, any of these. Naked 2 is my favorite Naked palette. I still reach for this one. Verve is one of my favorite eyeshadows of all time. Some of the shadows in the Naked palettes are really beautiful and unique, and others I feel like are just so easily dupable now. But when these first came out, these were top notch. I did some damage on Sin now that I'm looking at it. Also have the Naked Smoky palette here. I've definitely used this one the least amount. I remember when I would just sit there and watch Naked palette tutorials for 2 hours. I feel like this wouldn't be a YouTube made me buy it video if I didn't mention Becca highlighters and Champagne Pop. Champagne Pop was obviously created by Jaclyn Hill. YouTube 100% made me buy this. Champagne Pop is too dark for my skin, so I usually reach for Moonstone if I'm gonna wear a Becca highlight, but I feel like I'm one of the few people who isn't as obsessed with these. They kind of just slide off my face. They look really pretty when I first put it on, and then like a half hour later, it looks like I'm not wearing any highlight. Does that happen to anyone else, or did I just get a dud? Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I don't remember who I bought this because of. I'm pretty sure it was just really popular at one point. Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara is also a total cult favorite on YouTube. I am team Better Than Sex 100%. I use this mascara every single day. If you ever want to know what's on my eyelashes when I'm not wearing falsies, it's Too Faced Better Than Sex. It doesn't claim that it's waterproof, but it totally is. I like this way better than their waterproof version that they came out with. This is great. You can usually get samples or like deluxe size with certain Ulta purchases. Mascara is one of those things that I'm always super hesitant to recommend because people just have such different preferences when it comes to mascara. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Another one of those loose setting powders that I don't think my skin likes. My favorite loose setting powder that does work with my skin is the Cover FX Illuminating Loose Setting Powder. That one is beautiful. It doesn't give me the weird texture. It doesn't take away coverage from my face. So I never really reach for this. And then the last guy is the Kat Von D Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Lolita. I think this might have been kind of one of the first mainstream liquid lipsticks, and by that I mean brands that are carried in Sephora. I think there were more indie brands that first came out with liquid lipsticks on Instagram. This specific color, Lolita, definitely blew up on YouTube. I actually got the reformulated version. So they first came out with Lolita and it was a little bit lighter, and then they kind of reformulated it to this like brick brownie red shade, which is still super pretty, but it's definitely a completely different shade than the original Lolita. So that was everything. I literally have 50 more products I could have mentioned, but I just narrowed it down to those so we're not sitting here for a half hour. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, you can join the Bayrito family by clicking the subscribe button down below. It'll notify you every time I put up a new video, and we can be friends and it'll be fun. Let me know down below what your guys' OG YouTube made me buy it products are, because I'm curious if we have some of the same or if there was other stuff that I missed out on. Let me know down below. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.